Thanks for watching This Week in Discovery News. I'm Trace, and white tiger cubs are damn cute. And this week there was a woman on Reddit who thinks that she wants to be cryonically frozen, and it turned into a bit of a debate. Also, organic foods might not be as nutritious as you thought, but it's still delicious. You guys loved these white tigers this week. I mean, look at them. Look how cute they are. They were born at the Zoo Liberec in the Czech Republic to their 4-year-old mother, Surya Bara. It's 2 males and 1 female. And again, cute! White tigers are an interesting case because they are not Siberian tigers, they're actually Bengal tigers. 1 out of every 10,000 tigers is born with this recessive trait that turns their fur white, and we as humans just eat it right up. They're not albino, they're actually semi-albino, which means the pads of their feet and their nose stay pink, but their eyes get to be that really cool blue color. White tigers don't only exist in zoos, they happen in the wild as well. However, in the wild, they don't have any camouflage, so these kids would stand out like the kid at the mall with the neon jumpsuit dancing in the fountain. You thought I was gonna do that? No, I'm not gonna do that, no way. Bengal tigers are listed on the endangered species list. However, many zoos refuse to breed the white tiger because it's interbred. You have to breed brothers to sisters, fathers to daughters, just to keep getting this recessive gene, and that causes all sorts of physical problems, health problems, and even crossed eyes. They're super cute though, so make sure you visit discoverynews.com/white tigers for all the photos. And we know the internet loves cats, but there's something else the internet loves, and here it is. Kim Susie is 23 years old and she has brain cancer. It's terminal, so she only has 3 to 6 months to live. However, several weeks ago, Kim went on to Reddit to ask them what she should do with her remaining days. Reddit is an online forum where people upload stuff and then it gets voted on. Almost immediately, the suggestions started rolling in, and eventually it got voted so highly that everyone knew about it. Debate actually began when Kim expressed interest in cryonically freezing herself. The idea behind cryonics is to freeze people whose brain activity and heart rate have ceased. Yeah, they're legally dead. That may not seem like the best method, you know, like freezing dead people. Why not living people? Because we cannot actually revive whole people. So if you freeze a living person, they won't be really living anymore. That being said, cells, tissues, eels, insects, and even some complex organs like monkey brains have been frozen and then revived successfully. Human embryos are routinely frozen and thawed and then used to make completely healthy babies with no problems. No problem. Eventually, Kim decided to go for it, but preserving yourself can cost upwards of $35,000. She went to the Redditors for help, and some futurists on the forum set up a charity that raised $27,000 in a week. Way to go, Reddit. Fun fact, Dr. James Bedford is the oldest cryonically frozen person in the world. He was frozen in January of 1967, and he's still in the deep freeze today. Check out the story and help freeze Kim at discoverynews.com/frozenkim. They're still accepting donations, as long as we're talking about things that are fresh and not frozen. Organic food is good, but maybe not as good as we thought. In the largest study to ever grace the world of organics, the research has told us that there's no nutritional benefit whatsoever. Before you freak out, this is not saying that organic food isn't good for your community, cows, farmers, eggs, people who make banners for farmers markets, environment, rhubarb, whatever! It may be confusing, but this is actually a study of other studies. One major issue is that there's no real unified version of what organic even means. Plus, small farmers and big corporate agribusinesses use completely different farming practices. I did find one rule though: no fertilizer made with human sewage can be used in the cultivation of plants or animal feed. Ew. Most of the studies were too short to get the long-term benefits of living a fully organic lifestyle, and who lives like that anyway? I mean. Also, the review found very few studies that directly compared organic diets to conventional diets. In spite of the apparent shortcomings of our food research communities, they came up with some assertions. 1. Conventional foods have 30% more pesticides than organic foods. And 2. Organic foods have more phosphorus, omega-3 fatty acids, and certain antioxidants. Sometimes, depending on the harvest and season. I mean, it depends on a lot of stuff, okay? We don't know that much about it. Ultimately, we're going to need a lot more research before we know whether organic food is actually better or healthier for us. Get the full report at discoverynews.com/organichealth. So that's all for this week. Make sure if you want more of our coverage that you like us on Facebook, you follow us on Twitter, and that you check out our Tumblr. You can also subscribe to our Discovery Daily newsletter. Subscription options and link to our social media are at discoverynews.com. Keep commenting and tweeting, I see them all, and have a great week. week in Discovery News. Fun fact, Dr. Shames, and what am I supposed to say? Dr. Shames Spedford, local farmer's market. Now before you frake tent sellers, God, it's hard to be me. I just reversed that. Alpaca farmers. Dr. James Buford is the oldest, that's a social faux pas. Plus human breeding, because you're killing them, not breeding.